I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering what is the best way to resell in 2025. Well, in this video, I'm going to go over just that, and I'm going to go over the method that I use personally to make over $20,000 per month. And to show you guys I'm not just saying things out of my ass, here's my Shopify store where I've made over 10K in the past 2 months. Reselling is a lot easier than people think it is, and you can use the methods I'm going to discuss in this video and possibly earn thousands today if you take action. Now, first things first, just to go over the basics, what even is reselling? Reselling is buying products for a low and then reselling them for a high. Now, I get these AirPods for about $20 from my supplier, and then I'm able to resell these for over $100 to $150. Now, if you do the math, that's over $100 profit. And if you sell 3 of them per day, that's over 6 figures per year. Now, you guys are definitely wondering on how do I get the product for so cheap? And it's because I use these one-to-one vendors that make these products. It's very hard to find good vendors or suppliers, so I went ahead and made a website for you guys where you guys can find all the best vendors and suppliers I personally use. They're the best quality and are all fast shipping, and all my friends use these. The link's in the description, and now it's time for me to teach you how to actually resell. First thing you want to do is go ahead and choose what product you want to start to resell. If you're on a low budget, I recommend either AirPods, or if you're on a big budget, I recommend designer clothes. So then once you figure out what product you want to resell, you're going to want to go to that website I told you about earlier and go ahead and buy the vendor for that product. After you buy the vendor from my website, go ahead and order the product from them. And I do recommend buying in bulk because the vendor's prices tend to get lower when you buy multiple pieces, as shipping can be very expensive for just one thing. Now that your product arrived from the vendor, go ahead and download these 3 apps. And these are the apps you're going to want to sell your product on. I recommend using Facebook Marketplace if you plan on selling in person, and that's the app I'm going to show you guys how to put a listing on. You guys can just copy what I have on screen right here. Make sure to do the condition as used and good, otherwise Facebook Marketplace will take down your listing if you do new. And now for the picture of the product, you guys can use the pictures I have in my Discord right here. I recommend only using these photos as Facebook Marketplace won't take down your listing if you do so. And my Discord link is in the description. Going over a method that I don't see any YouTubers talking about is actually drop shipping these products. Now essentially you could sell these without actually having any inventory in stock. So basically when people buy from your eBay listing, you will put their shipping details into the supplier and just send it to them and then keep the remaining profit. And this is an insane method because you can sell all this without ever having to see the product. And this method is good for a lot of people who don't want to wait for the product to come in the mail. So essentially after watching this video, you can just start right away. But in order for this to work, you must use my suppliers. If you use a supplier which does not provide tracking number or shipping label within 1 to 3 days, you will end up losing a lot of money. I have tested all my vendors to make sure they do that. Personally, this is my favorite method to use. I've made well over $10,000 in the past month just off this alone. And this requires almost little to no work. It takes 5 minutes to make the listing on eBay or Facebook, and then another 5 minutes to put the shipping details into the supplier. So it took you 10 minutes to make a possible of $100 to $200 profit. Also, when a customer is interested in buying and messages you, you're gonna want to tell them it's one-to-one in the messages, because that's the right thing to do, and there's still a huge market for these rep products. And you can charge for about 50% of the original cost. So for example, AirPod Maxes, when they cost about $500 from Apple, you could sell these for about $150 to $250. And for my vendor, these only cost about $100, which is an insane profit margin to make. When you make a listing on those apps, you're always gonna want to promote them with money per day. So for example, a good cost on Facebook Marketplace is about $5 per day, and in return, you get about 1,000 to 2,000 views on your listing, which makes it insanely easy to sell it the same day you put it up. So a couple more tips to help you guys secure more sales. I would always recommend to accept any deals if people offer. Like for example, if someone offers you $100 for your AirPods when you're listing them for $120, I would definitely take that offer, because even if you're still making a profit, I consider that a W. And also when meeting up with these people on Facebook Marketplace, you're gonna want to do it at a public location, so you don't want to get like robbed or anything like that. Always make sure you have a ton of product in stock at all times. One reason is people might buy multiple things from you at once, and you never want to run out of product and not have anything to resell, because then you'll just be losing money. Also, you guys can go on Facebook Marketplace and see what is selling around in your area. And if, for example, a lot of AirPods are being sold near you, you might want to consider selling AirPods, because you're going to want to buy and sell the product that people want the most. And for those of you wondering whether reselling is consistent money, reselling will never ever die, because products are always being made. For example, there are always newer AirPods coming out, and there is always more designer clothes coming out. And that means there's always going to be more one-to-one products being made of those. Don't miss out on the money, because reselling can absolutely change your life. And if you're still struggling and want professional help on how to resell or even sell vendor links, I offer a mentorship where I will guide you A to Z in how to be successful with whatever niche you want to learn. It's only $55 a month, and it comes with all these reselling tools, and it comes with all the vendors. This is absolutely one of the best purchases you can make if you are new to reselling and you want guidance. And even if you're an experienced reseller, these these tools will 100% get you more sales. Now, that's about it for me, guys. Please make sure to subscribe and like this video, and join the Discord in the description for some free reselling guides. All right, guys, that's all for me. See you later.